Hey guys, it's your girl Miss G, and you know what time it is. It's G time. It's time to get up, get active, and get it together. My purpose is to give advice, encourage change, and empower success. The goal is for us to grow, elevate, and excel. Everyday action is required for change, and you have the power to create change. Happy Tuesday, guys. It's Take It Back Tuesday. I'm going to take it back like it's Monday because I didn't come on Monday. This is becoming a habit. Maybe I should change this to Take It Back Tuesdays instead of Mondays with Miss G. No, I'm going to keep it on Mondays. It's just been a lot going on, and unfortunately, I just haven't had the opportunity to record and have it ready for Monday. I'm going to get myself together, though. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get it together. It's all me. I thank y'all for rocking with me. I thank you for continuing to support me, to text me on Mondays like, hey, did the podcast come out today? I truly, truly appreciate you guys. And it's me. It's not you. It's me. The schedule has literally just been all over the place the last few weeks. And, I'm working on some really amazing things, and I'm super excited by it. I'm not upset at all. It's a balance to things. We have to be able to balance everything that we do. And sometimes it means taking a step back, putting some things on pause, not being as active as you may want to be. But you know what? All things work together. Everything will work out for itself if you just allow it and give it time and space to grow. So hopefully I'll be able to share all the things that Mrs. G Talk is doing, all the new and exciting new features. Mr. G is working on that website. Good things take time, and it looks really good. I'm super excited by it. And so I know my husband, he wants things to be good, and I appreciate that. I appreciate him taking the time along with his 9 to 5 and his other businesses and really putting together a wonderful website so that we can really get in there and do some amazing things. So that's why I'm a little behind. But it's Take It Back Tuesday. Take back that guilt. Take back that shame. Take back whatever negative things are floating underneath the surface and say, but I'm here. I'm here. I made it. And I'm glad to be with you guys. So I hope that you guys were able to check out Amplify Mondays yesterday with me and Miss Mary Lou, marriage and family therapist. Yesterday's conversation was so good. We talked about self-care. Now, if you checked out last week's podcast, it was stress ain't for play. Let me tell you, stress is not for play. Stress is real. And stress can have some really long-lasting, chronic results if we are not careful and if we don't take care of it. So yesterday, what we talked about was ways to self-care. And Mary Loon and myself gave some tips on how we kind of self-care throughout the week. Little things that we do. Self-care is important. We also had Dr. Handy, soon to be Dr. Manuel, marriage and family therapist Humphreys. They were all in the building yesterday. And let me tell you, these are mental health professionals letting you know from firsthand experience, not just what they teach, not just what they do, but because they've experienced how important self-care is. So I hope that you've checked it out. If you haven't, go ahead and go to Instagram after this. Check out Amplify Mondays with Mrs. G and Mary Lou. Ask a mental health professional. It may free you and let it free you. That's what Amplify Mondays is all about. So if you haven't already done it, today is Tuesday. Mondays matter. So if you haven't done it already, set your goals, make a plan, and figure out how you're going to make all of these things work this week. Whatever it is you have on your to-do list, make it work, get it together, because that's what we do here. We get it together, and I'll go for it. Go for it. If you wrote it down, don't just sit there and keep looking at it. Do it. Put some action behind those words. Don't just keep sitting there and letting those things on your to-do list roll over month after month after month after month. Get it done. You have the power to create change. And if it's too many things on your list, start simplifying it. Start making it a little less. Not that you're not going to do them, but make it realistic so that you can accomplish it. So today, just short and brief, today we're going to talk about emotions. How many guys really understand your emotions and have some emotional intelligence behind how you're feeling? Have you ever noticed that you hold a certain belief about emotions that you just feel isn't right? I know growing up, I thought emotions were a bad thing. I thought emotions were a weak thing. Emotions, if you're too emotional, then it means that something is wrong with you. And so growing up as a very emotional child, an emotional person, I cried a lot. My feelings just felt like they were always hurt. I was always in my feelings. And again, I took that as something very negative because that's not what I seen around me. It seemed like everyone else was so much better at controlling their emotions, at suppressing their emotions, at shutting those emotions down and not expressing them. And over time, it felt like that was, I'm going to say it didn't feel like that was the right thing to do. It looked like that was the right thing to do. Now, as I became a therapist, or as I got older, I really just kind of learned how to shut down those emotions too, suppress them, avoid them, use some unhealthy coping skills to pretend like they're not happening. And it became very, it can get very dangerous because you're really not working on the problem. You're really not looking at what's going on. You're just shutting it down and moving on because you don't want to deal with it or you don't know how to deal with it. And so, again, after getting into this field and really understanding what emotions are and having that emotional intelligence, I can tell you with a straight face and confidence that I'm an emotional person. And I'm okay with that because I know how to express my emotions. I have emotional intelligence, and I have no problem telling you I feel hurt. I feel ignored. I feel upset. I feel angry. I feel bothered because it's my emotion, and it's okay for me to feel how I feel. It's what I do with what I feel that becomes a problem. I can be angry. You can be angry. It's what you do when you're angry that serves a problem. Now, if you angry and you out here slapping folks and flipping over tables and cussing people out and doing the most, that's a problem. But being able to say that I'm angry, that's not a bad thing. When you shut it down and pretend like it's not happening and you start avoiding it and start doing things to suppress those emotions that are unhealthy, that's the problem. But oftentimes we don't know how to express our emotions because, again, we're told that being emotional is a bad thing. False. Having emotions is not a bad thing. Knowing what to do with those emotions, knowing how to express those emotions, it's a good thing. Because you assertively are able to tell people exactly how you feel, why you feel that way, what you need, and set a boundary. Those are all things that are going to be beneficial to your life once you learn it. But sometimes we are fed these false narratives that make us believe that those things are wrong. Well, I'm here to tell you they're not wrong. And if you feel like this isn't right, it isn't right for me to have to sit here and take this. This isn't right for me to have to sit here and be quiet when I know that something is wrong. You're right. It's not right. And all those false beliefs that they are, you can go ahead and call them out and say false. False. No, you're supposed to be quiet. False. Who said I was supposed to be quiet? That's not your place to talk. False. I have a mouth. I have a mind. I have emotions. I have feelings. I have opinions. I have something good to offer. Why is it not okay for me to talk and speak up? Who says so? Where? Show me. Point it out to me. Who said I couldn't talk? Who said it wasn't okay for me to talk? Oftentimes we're giving these scenarios or these situations, granted, I'm sure that they stem from somewhere. But now that we are here in 2022, it's time to call out all of those false things and say, no, that is not true. That is false. It is okay for me to speak up. It is okay for me to have emotional intelligence. It's okay for me to express my emotions in a healthy way and let you know that that is not okay. It's okay for me to say that. It may be unfamiliar, it may not look right to you, it may even feel uncomfortable. But speaking up for yourself is okay. And anyone that tells you something different, go ahead and tell them, I said false. It's okay for me to speak up for myself. It's okay for me to not engage myself in this foolishness because I'm supposed to. No, who said I'm supposed to? I tell you all the time, I use words like cognitive distortion. I want you to walk around saying that's a cognitive distortion. That's a should statement. That becomes an irrational thought. That sounds like emotional reasoning. I think you're catastrophizing. You may be minimizing there. I think you're maximizing. I don't do all or nothing. You don't know what those things are? Call me. I will tell you. I will show you. Call them out. The reality is that sometimes we don't have those words. We don't know what those things are. And because we don't know it, we go through life thinking that it's okay for people to tell us what we should and shouldn't be doing because that's what they've done or didn't do or don't know how to do. And so we fall victim to their own insecurities, flaws, and fears. We suppress our emotions because we've never been shown a healthy way to express our emotions. And we're given this idea that like girls are too emotional and guys shouldn't have any emotions, or girls shouldn't have these emotions because they're going to look emotional, all kind of things. False. I have emotional intelligence, whether I am male or female, he, she, her, I, us, we. I want to be culturally and sensitive to all pronouns. I'm learning, so don't fault me. But understanding that who you are, it's okay to be who you are, and it's okay to tell people that who you are is enough. However, even if they don't understand, teach them, show them. Don't shut it down. Don't get offended to the point where you're not speaking up for yourself and advocating for yourself. You don't like something that's been said, don't just be like, I don't like it, and walk away. You know what? I feel hurt because you didn't properly call me by my pronoun. I would like to be called. This is my name. This is who I am. Teach them. The reality is, maybe they don't know. And I'll be honest with you, I am one to say, I don't know. But I'm willing to learn. Again, you don't have to just shut down those emotions and feel like, well, no one will understand anyway. No one will care anyway. How do you know if you do not express yourself in that way? And again, maybe we haven't been taught to express it in that way. So, I statements. I teach these often. I statements sound like, I feel. You have to fill it in with an emotion. Not, I feel like you're stupid. That's not a feeling. That's a thought. That thought is, you're stupid. How do you feel because of that thought? Hurt. I feel hurt because there's a lack of understanding in this situation. I need to feel heard. I need to feel cared for. That's a nice statement. And it's okay to tell people that. It's okay to use those things in a healthy and effective way. But we have to learn to do it first. So let me tell you some things about emotional intelligence. Again, last week we talked about stress. And stress is real. You know that not being able to express yourself in a healthy way, not being able to release and reduce that stress causes so many other problems. And a lot of times it's like, I just don't know how to tell people how I feel. I'm overwhelmed. And so I'm carrying on so many more stresses because I don't know how to say, I'm overwhelmed because I have a lot of work. I cannot be at your event this week. I need time off. I need space. because we feel like we may think that these people may not understand, or they're going to criticize us. They're going to talk about us. They're going to be disappointed because we said no. You know what? That's their emotions. And it's okay for them to feel that way. It's okay for them to feel that way. It doesn't mean that you have to say okay because they feel disappointed that you're not going to show up. You have to be able to take care of yourself. And you have to sit and be okay with that decision. And if someone else is not okay with it, sorry. I'm sorry that you're disappointed. It is what it is, right? So let me give you some. I looked this up, and this is on Talkspace, which is another therapy site where you can get mental health help. They have a lot of different things here. And so what does it mean to be emotionally intelligent? What they describe as emotional intelligence, also known, well, let's go to here. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions. Emotional intelligence also includes the ability to be empathetic and properly communicate to those around you. You can reduce some of that stress by understanding how to be emotionally intelligent, how to be able to communicate to others how you feel, so that you're not carrying all these burdens and all this heavy load and having these physical, behavioral, and mental stress signs because you're having a hard time saying, I feel tired. I feel overwhelmed. I feel unheard. I feel bothered. I feel unloved. I feel I need. You know, Maslow has a hierarchy of needs. We do need as people. That's another false, right? You don't need nothing. I do need. That's another thing that we're going to talk about on a different day. But yes, we can talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs and what that looks like and what we all need on a different topic. I'll write that down for next week. Okay, I got y'all. But being able to have emotional intelligence is a good thing. They give you there are 4 recognized elements of emotional intelligence. It includes this: self-management, taking of responsibility for one's behaviors and well-being; self-awareness, conscious knowledge of one's own characters, feelings, motives, and desires; social awareness, the ability to take the perspective of and empathize with others from diverse backgrounds and cultures, to understand the social and ethical norms from behaviors, to pick up on emotional cues, and to recognize family, school, and community resources and supports. That's a lot. Social awareness. And relationship management, supervision and maintenance of relationships. All of these things are components of emotional intelligence. And if all these things sound like foreign words to you, then we need to talk. We can go through each of these step by step. But you have the power to create change. You are worth knowing these things. You are worth it. And if anyone tells you different, you tell them false. I am worth it. I am worth knowing these things. And I have the power to create change. We're going to all have some emotional intelligence around here. I feel loved because you guys are here to support me every week. And I truly appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. It's Tuesday, y'all. Take it back. If you're tired today, take it back. Take a nap. Get some rest in. Self-care. You have the power to create change. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I will be back with you next week. Don't forget to check out Amplify Mondays with me and Mary Loon. Don't forget to check out Thursday, Ask the G's. And I'll be on this podcast one of these days this week. Don't worry. I'm going to get it in. Hopefully on Mondays. But if not, I'll be with y'all on Tuesday. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.